Hey guys, how are you doing? So today I'm gonna talk about how I learn English. I will talk the steps till I get fluent. So welcome to Mundos de Gabi. So first, I always wanted to learn English. I always loved the language and I was so eager to go to the middle school and start learning English. So when I went, I still like the English classes, but we know that the English of school is not enough to get fluent. So I started listening to English songs, reading the lyrics, and seeing the translation. And then I started learning more words, but I couldn't speak yet. And then there was a TV show called English with Music in a channel called TV Cultura, and I use it to watch that, and I've learned a lot of things with that. So the songs, music helped me a lot to learn English. And then I started studying on YouTube. I watched lots of videos. Also, I use it to talk to people. And that time, I use it to talk with people from other country, and then I could practice in English. I use it to go to Google Translate to translate what I wanted to say because I couldn't yet write whole sentences so often by myself. And doing this, I've learned a lot of words, a lot of things too. Then I started also a time when I was in high school. I started studying Spanish, so I've learned a lot of Spanish. And a little time after, I started also studying Korean. And then I started studying a little bit of Chinese, Mandarin. And then I started Japanese as well. So I didn't have focus. There are a lot of people that can study lots of languages at the same time, but I wasn't yet fluent in any language besides Portuguese, so it was not so good. Then I went to the mission and I had American companions. I had the manuals of the mission to learn English. I brought with me my Book of Mormon in English. So I started studying a lot, and before the mission I also started. So my first and only Book of Mormon, physical Book of Mormon, has a lot of notes in Portuguese because I was learning and I used it to take a really long time to finish a chapter, but it was worth it. And then I decided that I needed to focus on one language, and it was English. I used it to practice English as much as I could in any opportunity, especially when I had American companions, so I could develop the speaking skill better. That was my greater difficulty. And then I got home, I continued to study by myself. But the first time I realized that I could speak English, like I could talk in English, was at the MCT that I needed to talk with American missionaries that couldn't speak Portuguese so well yet. They were learning, so they didn't know so many things. And I could speak, I could help them, and it was like, wow, that's so cool. I can speak, not so well, but I could speak a little bit. And when I got my companion, my first American companion that just got Brazil, and I needed to teach her Portuguese, help her to learn Portuguese, she already knew a lot to communicate for someone that just studied for 6 weeks. But together I could talk. At the beginning we talked a little bit in English, some things that she couldn't understand, and then we're practicing. She helped me to learn English and I helped her to learn Portuguese, and it was pretty cool. So after I got home, I continued studying by myself with YouTube videos. I watched movies with subtitles. So when I started with this practice of movies or TV shows, I use it to change audio and Portuguese and subtitles in English, and audio in English and subtitles in Portuguese till I got the level that I felt comfortable with both audio and subtitles in English. So I started taking notes of the words that I've learned, the meaning. I started practicing using those words that I saw in the movie, the TV show. I started praying in English so I could start thinking in English. I started doing things, little habits in English, for example. So from now on, I will count just in English. So instead of dois, três, I would count like 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got used to that. And that's a good tip. Like, find the things that are common to you, make these habits in English. So in this case, movies, TV shows, to-do list. So a to-do list is very useful to learn English, so you can just plan your day, plan your week in English. So these things you usually do are common things for you, like your reality. So it's pretty easy to memorize these words if you make to-do lists in English. Another thing that is pretty good to learn English is talking to people in English. To learn to talk in English, you need to talk in English. And sometimes, actually, you will feel uncomfortable at the beginning, but you need to embrace your mistakes. You need to keep practicing, because the much you practice, the faster you'll become fluent in English. And I became fluent in English when I took a test to study English Connect 3. But then I got a score to go to BYU Pathway Connect. So I went to this course and everything was in English. So the classes, the videos, the assignments, the gatherings, everything. So I learned a lot, and this was the moment that I became fluent. And then I got a good grade and I could go to BYU Idaho online, Brigham Young University online, studying applied health. So it was pretty cool. I was like already comfortable to talk in English and do everything in English. And I had the opportunity to talk to people in English from other countries, including from Brazil as well, but from countries from Africa and Pathway Connect and BYU. I could talk to people from Argentina. Also in Pathway, I could talk to people from Argentina. And in BYU also could talk to people from America, from USA. So I had great opportunities. I embraced those opportunities. I seek to learn by myself, and then I got these opportunities to improve and become really fluent. And I'm still improving, I'm still practicing, and I want to learn another language. For now, I want to learn an Asian language. I already know some things, I already know some words in many languages, but I'm not fluent in so many languages. But I intend to learn more languages. That's it. If you have questions, if you want advices to learn English, make your comment. Don't forget to like this video if you like this content, and if you want me to make more videos in English and to talk more about that. And share with your friends, share with the people that you think will like this kind of video. And that's it. Don't forget to ask your question and make your comment, and if you have any suggestion for me. And see you in the next video. Bye!